Hello, Lakeside Barbecue for World Mission attendees. We're Stephen, Heather, and baby Elena Hoslenback. We're here to share with you about where God has led us and now how you're helping us with your prayers and financial support. We've been called to Mali, Africa, but as you can see, our prayer card is suspiciously European. The educated language of Mali is French, so we're in France learning French until spring 2012. Here's a little bit about us. Heather and I are both physicians, and we moved to Akron in 2002. Heather is a pediatrician who worked at Akron Children's Hospital, and I'm an ER physician who worked at Akron General.
In many ways, we are privileged to call the church body of Lakeside our home shortly after our move to Akron. We've been adopted as family by many of you who sustained us through some hard times as well as many joyful times, and we are so grateful for the brothers and sisters in Christ at Lakeside who have brought us to where we are today. We've been honored to serve in ministry with several of you as well, both at Lighthouse and at the Judith Resnick Good News Club. We do sure miss working with all of you. Just a quick plug for the Good News Club. They need helpers this year, just 2 hours on Tuesday afternoons.
In 2006, God spoke to us at a medical missions conference through a very convincing sermon called Give It Away. The speaker was a missionary surgeon who lost both his missionary parents in Vietnam, so he spoke very genuinely of our need as Christians to give up anything that God might ask of us: money, time, priorities, or in our case, all of these. We decided to pursue full-time medical missions, but that was just the beginning. We found that there were many medical missions organizations that are philanthropic and humanitarian, but not evangelistic. They do care about improving physical health for people in need, but they do not see the glaring need to address the spiritual health as well. We felt very convicted that God was not just calling us to do medicine in a developing country, but also evangelism. Thus, we searched for nearly 3 years, praying and traveling to several sites, looking for a missionary hospital with our same goals for evangelism, as well as having a healthy missionary team.
In 2009, after much prayer and investigation, the Lord led us to the Kuchala Hospital for Women and Children in Mali, West Africa. When we tell people we're going to Mali, a lot of people say, do they really need missionaries in Hawaii? And we say, no, not Maui, Mali. And they say, oh, Malawi, where Madonna adopted her kids. And then we say, no, Mali in West Africa. And usually people say, oh, well, we've never heard of it. And we hadn't either until we started this search. Here's a picture of the country of Mali within the continent of Africa. And here's the village of Kuchala within the country of Mali where the hospital is. And here's a map of Mali with the city of Timbuktu. And we're really enjoying telling everyone that we're going to be living just south of Timbuktu.
In Mali, 92% of the population is Muslim. This is just one of the many mosques in the country that represent that religion.
This is our local market where we should be able to buy just about anything that's in season. We may not know what it is, but at least it's technically organic.
Mali's a tough place to live, as you can see here. Nearly 25% of children die before their 5th birthday, 12% of babies die during their first year of life, and 10% of mothers will die related to poor or non-existent medical care during or after delivery. Here's the hospital today, including 3 maternity and OBGYN buildings, a pediatric building, 3 operating rooms, a dental clinic, and an oral surgery building.
This is a picture of the hospital staff, a mixture of Malians and missionaries, and we sure hope to be part of this picture in about 6 months. This is a glimpse of the inside of the hospital, complete with nets to protect against the mosquitoes that carry malaria. This is a picture of Dr. Dan Nesselrode in the operating room with 2 Malian residents teaching them how to do OBGYN surgery. The hospital's vision is to start a nursing school as well as a physician residency training program and to eventually transfer all hospital care over to Malians. Our hospital will treat many physical maladies, including C-sections for multiple births, tube feeding of premature infants, cleft lip and palate repair, malnutrition, respiratory problems in newborns, burns, cancers, and malaria, just to name a few.
Our hospital is blessed to have a pastoral team as well, who will help provide the most important aspect of healthcare at the hospital, the spiritual care. Pastor Simeon shares the gospel with women every morning as they wait their turn to be seen. These are mostly Muslim women who would otherwise never darken the doorway of a church, who are hearing the good news of salvation along with receiving compassionate medical care.
So we started on this journey This in summer of 2010 by selling our house, a miracle in and of itself, and started the arduous task of packing for both France and Africa. This photo was taken during one of my many moments of nervous breakdowns. Thanks to Joanne for the Starbucks pick-me-ups. We were blessed with our first baby, Elena, in October 2012 through adoption. She traveled around the country with us for her first 4 months of life, saying hellos and goodbyes, sometimes both at the same time. She's now officially a world traveler as we boarded a plane for Grenoble, France this past February. We were so blessed to have Aunt Joanne come to Grenoble with us for 2 months to help us settle in and enable us to take intensive French courses at the University of Grenoble. We are doubly blessed to be in Grenoble with the Steiner family, and this is Christy Steiner in the picture, after picking us up at the airport, housing us with their family for a week, and helping us to clean our less than spotless rental apartment. Thank you so much to both Joanne and Christy. It's been a bit difficult to adapt to all the aspects of French culture, but we haven't had any trouble adapting to the food, as you can see. Elena is a big fan of chocolate mousse, as evidenced by her nearly dislocated jaw ready for the next bite. We do covet your prayers for us as we learn as much French as possible in our remaining 6 months here.
We want to thank Legside so much for the monthly support that's been given to us, both financially and prayerfully. Any money raised tonight for us will go first to the vaccines we need to give Elena, including rabies, yellow fever, tuberculosis, and typhoid, and also for a medication she'll need to take called mefloquine to prevent malaria once we get to Mali. We will need to purchase a refrigerator, an air conditioning unit, and a car. So thank you in advance for providing what you can towards these things we will need to start us off in Mali. Merci, au revoir, and à bientôt.